Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!
Sneeze with James Whittingham.
Grab your horse paste, it's James! It's another sneeze. It's October, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not going to swear this week. Not one single fuck out of my mouth this week, not a single one. For the fuck word is overused in this podcast lately. It's an exception to what I would like to do. I would like not to say the F word, not because it's wrong, not because it's morally wrong, but because I don't fucking like it. I don't fucking like to have to use the F word because it just shows that I'm stupid. And I don't want to be stupid. I want to have a vocabulary. I want to have other words and ways to express myself other than the word fuck. So if you can't fucking handle that, fuck off. This is what I'm fucking doing this month. No more F words. None. From here on in. It is the pandemic, as you know, and probably one of my worst pandemics. Didn't do well, not in a good mood. I would have done well if I had a puppy or a dog, but I'm allergic now. I've gotten allergic to dogs in my old age, and I know, James, go buy a non-allergic dog. I'm also allergic to vet bills, okay? Vet bills suck. It scares me. I had a cat. Cats are fine. They take care of themselves. You know, for the most part, they'll be fine unless they get bitten by another cat or something. I don't know. But I should have a puppy. I want them to make puppies. I want them to combine a cat and a dog, and they can do this. You think they can't? They can. They can do it right now. They can combine a cat and a dog into one species, and that's what I want. I don't want a cat and a dog. I know what it's like having two kids to vie for your attention. They get incredibly jealous of each other, no matter what they say. It's just so bloody obvious that they're always fighting for your attention. And if we can combine a cat and a dog into one species, you would have a lazy dog that didn't do as much, yes. You would have a dog that could climb trees, awkward. But a dog that could purr, and maybe instead of barking, it would purr more. Less barking, more purring. Less whining, less whimpering, more purring. What else would it do? It shits for itself. That's what it would do. It shit for itself. It shit in its litter box. That would be good. In my new species, we'll call it the cog. The cog? The cog. Cogs. Cog has a negative connotation right now, but fuck that, you know? Cat and a dog hybrid. They're working on bringing back a woolly mammoth with some elephant DNA. Well, why? Why bother? Why are you doing that? I feel like it's not going to be the real thing if you're using elephant DNA. I want a dog-cat combination. You can walk your dog, but not as much, because you don't really have to. It'll shit in its box, okay? And climb trees and, maybe eat less birds. Probably the same amount of birds. Sorry, birds. Eat less because, be in between sizes. The average size of a dog is bigger than the average size of a cat. Playful. Sleep with you sometimes, but not all the time. It's a good thing. And they can do that. I want them to do this. And I want them to make it non-allergenic, which they can also do, I think. Although that's been promised for 20 years, and I don't have a cat here that's, doesn't have dander on it. They have got that pet food now that you can feed a cat that supposedly makes it a lot less allergic. It costs a lot of money, though. Thank you, Purina. Fuck you. So, listen, I just turned 55 last month, the end of September, and I'm not happy about it. I'll tell you, 50 was a bad birthday. 40th birthday, I podcasted. Listen to it for yourself. It's out there somewhere in the Internet Archives. It was a depressing, horrible thing when I turned 40. 30 was bad. All these birthdays are terrible. You know what? They're terrible. 30 is the worst. And it's probably worse than you know, because once you're past your 20s, goodbye, youth. Yeah, you can still get an erection, but what's the point? You're starting to get old and wrinkly. Things are starting to droop and hurt, and you got problems. You got bills to pay. You're not as optimistic about the world anymore. Fuck, I hate that. Why can't we all be in our 20s forever? And then 40, fuck that. That's like menopause if you're a woman. And menopause if you're a man married to a woman. It's just bad. It's bad. And in 50s, it's like, you know? Like shit doesn't work on me no more. I can't bend. I've taken care of my body in that I haven't used it in any way in the last 50 years, hardly. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't work. No, I mean, it doesn't bend, for one thing. It hurts. Things hurt. Things that I didn't know I had hurt. I'm going back to the gym finally, thanks to the pandemic. That's helping, getting my core strength going. Do you know what happens to your core, how important your core is when you fucking live my life fucking style? You turn to mush. That's why you can't bend. You can't do simple things. It's a good thing I have a bidet. That's all I'm going to say. Fucking good thing I have a bidet. I heard some person on Facebook complained that there was a COVID outbreak at their parents' 55 plus seniors home. 55 plus seniors home? I'm still giving it over the fact that I can eat off the 55 plus menu at Denny's, which, by the way, the idea of the 55 plus menu is that your metabolism slows and you eat less. Hasn't happened to me. Has not happened to me. I don't know if it's bullshit or if I'm just going to get fatter and die real fast, even faster now. That's not good. Eat less because you're 55. I don't feel 55. I know things are sore, but mentally I feel like I'm 20, right? And I'm always going to until my last day when I'm 132. That's when I'm dying. I've got to deal with Big Pharma. I'm going to live to 132 as the most overweight man to live to that age. And it's going to be it's going to be boring, but I'll watch TV. You know, you always have TV, and TV's really good now with streaming services and the competition, and air conditioning, and maybe some beverages. What services do you need in a 55 plus care home, or not a care home, but like a senior's living home? Okay, the kids have left home in this scenario. This is what I'm thinking here. The kids have left home. What place does this have? Like, I saw pool tables and a beauty salon. That's kind of what you might have in a really old folks home too. I'm thinking hookers, Swedish massage, erotic massage. That's what you need at these places to make people happy. You need young men and women walking around massaging you. If there was a sponge bath service, I think I might be for it, because I won't enjoy sponge baths when I'm older. I'll be I won't realize what's going on. I'm naked and somebody's sponging me. Right now, I think it's a good thing. Later, I might think it's mysterious and weird. And maybe I'll be cold, Old people are always cold when they're getting a sponge bath. So sponge baths. I don't need a sponge bath. I can bath myself still, I think. People cooking for you, well, fine. But I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat like a 40-year-old, okay? I'm not going to eat like 55 like I eat less. Like they're probably counting on people eating less because, he's 55. He can eat off the Denny Seniors menu, which is smaller. Ain't no Grand Slams on the Denny Seniors menu. It's all small. It's like a fifth of a Grand Slam, which is, of course, is too big for any human being to eat, calorie-wise and fat-wise and salt-wise and all that shit. But I know it's depressing. It's depressing to think that somebody has a parent in a 55-plus home and I could be that parent. Why? I don't deserve this. I'm still living. I'm mowing the fucking lawn. I'm changing the pool water. I'm chlorinating. I'm what else am I doing? I'm mending fences. I have an active lifestyle. My neighbor, that's all he does. The generation, 10, 15 years older than me, they don't know what the fuck to do with themselves. Old people from those generations, they have the internet. They have different things like that. They don't know what the fuck to do with themselves. They do not know what to do with themselves. All these people do is putz around the yard all fucking day. That's all the fuck they do. And they clean their cars. And they're looking for something else to do. I can't imagine looking for something to do. I mean, I've got shit to do. If I lived to be 132, I could fill it up with the shit I still have yet to do, okay? I've got stuff to do. I haven't seen all the porn on the internet yet. Did you know that? There is a lot of porn I haven't seen yet. There's movies I haven't seen yet. What else is it? There's probably, I haven't read a book in years. Years. I do all my reading on the internet. It's criminal. My wife, that's all she does is read. Read till she falls asleep, wakes up, tries to figure out where she was in her book. Takes about 20 minutes. Starts reading again. One of my many healthcare professionals, a lot of people taking care of me, has kids who went off to college, and one of the kids is a BTS fan. And I'm bothered by this because, I've seen BTS. I don't listen to BTS, of course. Why would I? I'm familiar with who they are. I've seen them on talk shows. I think I saw them on Saturday Night Live or something. Her kid has been obsessed with BTS since the kid was 13 years old, a girl, or something like that. Absolutely, for 5 years preceding college, whole life BTS. So when she finally decided what she would do in university, she decided to get something, the one job she figured that would get her closer, a best chance of meeting BTS, which is international affairs, and possibly a minor in Asian studies. So good luck, kid. That's fucked up. I've got problems with my kids. My kids aren't perfect. They have issues. But I thank Christ that's not one of them. Be thankful. If your kid is not obsessed with BTS to the point of planning the career on the chance of meeting them, you're at a good place. If you have kids. If you don't have kids, don't have kids. I mean, they're the best thing in the world, but they're not environmental and they cost a shitload of money. I could pay for sponge baths for what it costs to have a kid. Like, not weekly, probably 3 times a week. I could pay for a sponge bath for the cost of having kids. My whole life, sponge bath, 3 days a week. Monday, sponge bath. Wednesday, sponge bath. Friday, the Friday sponge bath. All with happy endings, I assume. You got to have the right sponge, You got to have something that exfoliates. You can't just have an actual sponge. And, what if there was no sponge and they had to use hands? Now that's erotic. That's the type of thing that are in the porns that I haven't gotten to yet. Yeah, that's it. A lot of things have disturbed me about getting old. But that one really knocked my feet out from underneath me. It was unpleasant to learn that I qualified for a 55 plus home. And then I started wondering, well, what am I missing? Sponge baths, cooking, maybe a dessert bar. Not a dessert bar. Not having to mow the lawn, talking to other seniors. I hate people my age. People my age, life has broken them down. Life has just wiped them out and killed them. People my age have given up. I love young people. Young people who are still in university or just beyond university, they think the world is their toaster. And I drink their youth, their optimism about the world. It's unbridled, and it's just so wonderful. If I could literally drink their blood and get that into me, that would be amazing, because I know what the world is. The world is a giant disappointment to everything. Everything's a giant disappointment. The world sucks, and you will get bitch slapped no matter where you turn in this world as you move forward. Kids, they don't know that. People in their 20s, they don't know that. Once you turn 30, that leaves you. That youth leaves you, and you just become one of the cogs in the system. And I don't mean cat-dog combination, although those would be great. I hope I live long enough to see a cog, to have one, one that can catch a frisbee. I want them to catch a frisbee. Cats can't do shit. Cats can fetch a ball, but rarely does that happen. Yeah. And if they made these things a bit smarter, where they could flush the toilet. I know they've trained cats to flush toilets and shit in the toilet. Very rare. I would like to see more of that. Maybe make them a bit smarter. Not too smart though. You don't want to feel bad. You want to feel superior to your pet. obviously. And, I don't want them to get sick. I don't want them to require surgery. My friend's dog lost his eye, possibly to the cat in the house. And they had to remove the eye. I mean, how depressing is that? That's not a good thing. It's not a positive dog story or a positive cat story. That's why you should combine the two. If you just had one, it did everything. No eyeball loss. No sneaking around, screwing up the other animal because you're jealous. Go for walks, catch frisbees, climb trees, sleep with you some of the time, but not all the time, not allergic to you. I've got it all worked out. I assume geneticists are working on this right now, or whatever it is. Scientists, mad dog scientists, mad pet scientists. Yeah. So this, fascinated by the swollen testicle thing that's been going around, So what's her name? Damn, I forgot her name already. It's been last month since she talked about it. She had a cousin with a swollen testicle. Blamed it on COVID or COVID vaccine. I wish I had swollen testicles so I could have a nurse ice them in my old folks' home, my 55 plus old folks. Maybe that's what they have. Maybe they have nurses. Get the COVID vaccine, nurse. My testicles are swollen. Can you ice them for me? Maybe do a little nipple work while you're there. Everything's dirty to me, isn't it? Even old folks' homes are dirty. I'm so out of shape. I'm so out of shape at the gym that farting, like I wear a heart rate monitor, and you can see the heart rate go up when I fart. And there's no one there, as they've reduced it to 2 people. And you exercise in the opposite ends of the gym. And then I can see my heart rate go up when farting. It's not like I'm pushing it, It's not like I'm doing a lot of work. I mean, they're just there ready to come out. So it's not a lot of effort. It's just giving it permission. And, you can see the heart rate go up. Maybe it's just because I'm embarrassed. Maybe it's a physiological, psychological thing, getting embarrassed. Or I'm just trained to be embarrassed by farting. Like, oh, did anyone hear that? Is anyone going to smell that? Does that one smell? Does it smell? That sort of instant fight or flight response to farting. I noticed, too, in the wake of this whole 55 plus care home seniors living complex thing, that adult diapers are getting sexier. That's one thing I know. That's how you know you're getting older. Is, when I was young, you would never look at MILF porn, for example. Now, MILF porn is my contemporaries, at best. Probably younger than me now, even. I'm probably closer to GILF porn than MILF porn, Which is depressing now that I say it out loud. But the fact that adult diaper commercials are getting sexier, and I know they're purposely getting sexier to make you, because, old people sexy. It's something we all want to believe. Not true. I'm just finding that because I'd be horribly offended by that as a youngster. Now, it's not so bad. They're getting sexier. They're more tolerable. I don't like to see them. I would prefer not to see adult diaper commercials. Because it's old people shitting in a diaper and all that and peeing, and it's their bodies clearly aren't working. Am I next? If there was a built-in Denny's, let's say there was a Denny's on the ground floor, and I'm not pushing Denny's here left and right, but I'm just saying, we started talking about Denny's earlier. Would Denny's be a good place to eat constantly? Or maybe Denny's is running the buffet. Maybe there's a Denny's. I would get sick of that eventually. And you would die quickly, but maybe that's a good thing. I turn around. Anyway, this is James. This is my October update. I hope to get back to you on a more regular basis this winter. COVID is starting to wane here on the prairies where I live, even though it's the worst ever. Hopefully it's flattening out and we'll get better, and life will one day, not soon, but one day get back to normal. I'm fine wearing my mask from now until Kingdom Come because, I'm an introvert. An introvert with an outrovert podcast. Extrovert. Outrovert's not a word. Why isn't it outrovert instead of extrovert? Fuck it. See you next week. Bye.